Okay. All right. Welcome to the third in our series of ICN Player Profiles. I'm joined today by the one and only Victoria Volik, aka Tori. Good morning, Tori.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Yeah. Can you start off by just tell us a little bit about yourself, your name, your grade, your age, what team you play for, anything like that?
Okay, so I'm Tori Volik.
Speak up, speak up.
I'm Tori Volik, and I am in 4th grade, and I play for the PS10 Gladiators. Brooklyn.
Awesome. Go Gladiators. And how old are you?
I'm 9.
You're 9 years old. How long have you been playing chess?
I think since 1st grade.
Since 1st grade, so that would be 3 years?
Yeah.
3 years. What got you into chess at the beginning? Like, how did you get started?
I don't remember a lot, but I think I just played this game, and then I just started liking it, and then I just took classes at my school, and then I became a gladiator.
And then you became a gladiator.
Yeah.
Do you feel like are you happy with your team experience? Do you like the team that you have and all of that?
Yeah, I love my team, and I love the girls part of it. I love the girls team.
Yeah.
Because they're really strong now.
Yeah, actually I feel like you have a lot to do with that. I sort of regard you as a captain or a co-captain of that group. I think you're one of the older girls, and you show a lot of leadership on and off the board. So I feel like that's one of the roles that you play. What is your chess routine generally like? Like, how much is chess a part of your everyday life? What do you do to get stronger?
So right now, because we're at home, I try to play a lot of online chess games, but because I'm in 4th grade, I also do gymnastics, so I have like workouts every day with my friends, and so I also have a lot of homework, and I also try to do the chess tournament, so it's really busy sometimes, and I also have lessons with my teachers online. I also have,
Yeah, so you have a pretty packed schedule.
Yeah.
So is it mostly at the present moment what you're doing mostly is online play, like tournament play?
Yeah, like online things like Chess Kid, homework, Zoom meetings.
Yeah. Your gymnastics workouts, are those through Zoom also, or?
Yeah, they're through Zoom. I used to be on a different team than I am now. It's Power Play. And so I work out with them because for some reason my new team doesn't have Zoom meetings, so I do it with them. So I get to see all my old friends, and there are some new kids. There's a new coach. There's one new kid, so.
Great.
I miss them.
I want to talk more about gymnastics in a little bit. First, let me ask: do you have since you have several years of experience, you're a pretty veteran player. You were in the PS10 Gladiators Chess Club before ICN.
Yeah.
Right. And so you've been around a long time there. Do you have like a favorite, like an all-time favorite chess experience or chess tournament, like a chess day that you remember as being the best thing you ever experienced?
I don't really have one favorite, but I like a lot of the I like most of the girls tournaments, like the all girls like chess tournaments, because it really shows how much girls play, but in both, like when in tournaments that have both boys and girls, I see more boys, and I usually play only boys instead of one girl and a girl. So when I play only girls, I feel like I'm not different. Like.
Oh, interesting. Can I ask, what was your big goal this year in terms of tournament life, in terms of girls' tournament life? Can you talk about what we were planning?
I wanted my team to be successful, and I also wanted to get to 400. And on my fast chess rating, I am now 900, and I used to be 800.
Yeah, I've noticed that climbing and climbing and climbing is very good. What about the trip we were planning, Chicago?
I am bummed that I was like, what? Are you serious? I'm like, no.
I know, it's terrible, right?
It was like my first year gonna go to Chicago, and then this virus ruined my plans.
Yeah. I know our whole team was derailed there because of that. Well, it's true for everyone, obviously. So are we just going to reset that plan and push it into the future, into next year? Yeah.
I want to have the same plans for next year. I want it to work out this time.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. And every reason to expect that we should have good results because we'll have a full extra year to get stronger as well. I want to ask you about gymnastics a little bit. You just said some very interesting things about your life as a girl chess player and what that's like. And when I asked you about important chess events to you, you cited that as a thing. How is your gymnastics life in relation to boys? I mean, obviously, at least as my experience as an observer, gymnastics is gender separated, right? Like the boys don't compete against girls.
Like there are boys teams, but there are very little, and they don't get to compete. I don't think, but
You mean there aren't enough teams to make like a large scale competition?
Yeah, I don't think they compete, but I don't know because I'm not a boy. But I like having only girls because if we had boys on our team, they have different events than us. So then it would be hard to do it with boys because they have different events than us.
Yeah, that's interesting. So it's not like chess where you're playing the same game and the same rules.
Yeah.
It's like a totally different set of events. And so there's no way to compare the two or to
no way.
Do you ever work out with, like when you're on a team, do you have boys on the team that do workouts or stuff like that? Or do you just never experience, like gymnastics is girls only in your world?
Well, so at my new gym, there are like classes for boys, but they just do like tumbling and that, like hands. They don't do like flipping. They don't learn like new skills.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never experienced like.
That's really interesting.
But at my gymnastics camp, Dunkley's in Vermont, there's 2 weeks, I think, that there can be boys and girls. So the boys go up the hill on like this farm, like where the road is, and then there's this little like barn thing, and then that's where they do their boys events.
Oh, interesting.
They also like do things with us. They're not like totally separated. We can eat with them at like lunch, breakfast.
Socialize.
Yeah, we can socialize with them. It's just when we do gymnastics, they go somewhere else.
Very different from the chess experience. Although similar in the sense of the disparity and ratio. You know, like 9 girls to 1 boy in every gymnastics thing, but 9 boys to 1 girl in every chess thing or something like that. It's a little crazy. I actually wanted to ask you a little more about gymnastics. Since you're a person who does a full-on study and practice and competition in 2 different walks of life, like one very physical, one very mental, I'm wondering if does gymnastics give you some skill or insight that do you think makes you better at chess? Is there something about gymnastics or about your experience as a gymnastics team member or your coaching?
I think for gymnastics, sometimes you have to visualize your routine, or like a skill if you can't get it. Like I'm trying to get a skill, and I need to visualize like how I am supposed to do it, and then you try to do that. So I guess it's sort of like chess. Like you have to visualize what you're gonna do.
Wow, that's awesome.
But yeah.
As a chess teacher of many, many years experience, I can tell you that that's kind of the holy grail of teaching kids chess, is trying to get them to see their ideas in advance before they happen on the board and then they blow up.
Yeah, because if you don't visualize your move before you do it, if you don't know if you're just learning that skill and you don't know what to do, so you first like visualize what you think you're supposed to do, or like if you know what you're supposed to do, but like you're gonna be like, so I have to put my foot there, or my
Mm,
hand there, like so you don't get hurt, like so you
yeah.
can, yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask the question in the opposite direction then, because that's very interesting. You're talking about how you can use a mental space to create a stronger or safer physical space for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Is there something about chess that you take to gymnastics? Like something you feel like you've gotten out of playing chess that helps you be a better gymnast?
I think what you need to learn in gymnastics is to be calm and like think that you can do it. And for chess, I have to believe in myself a lot, and I have to be like, it's okay, I got this.
Huh.
Um, and I think for gymnastics, you have to do that too, so you can like you can be calm. Like for chess, you can't run around and move. You have to be calm. So
Yeah.
sometimes before your game, you have to be like, and
Oh, interesting.
like before like your routine. Sometimes before my routine, sometimes I just like take a few deep breaths so I don't get anything wrong.
Settle yourself down.
I
Yeah.
settle myself down.
Yeah, I find that to be probably the most useful thing that I do during a chess game to keep everything going the right direction is just sit there a little bit and take a deep breath and do nothing. Because sometimes, you get a position on a board where it looks clear and it's very exciting feeling and you want to pounce on grab a piece and do something, but
Yeah, but there might be a different move that's better. So you have to.
yeah.
So like you should make candidate moves, like 3 different moves that might be good, and then you pick 1 out of 3 moves.
Excellent. Huh. Very insightful. Um, what do you think is the number one thing that you need to work on the most in chess to get yourself to the next level?
I think what I need to do is I think more puzzles, and I think I need to go over like my opening if I'm just learning one multiple times so I remember it,
Mm.
because my brain doesn't let me remember things. Like, it's hard for me to remember things on the first try. So
Totally.
like if I like because I learn differently from other people because my brain doesn't work the same as other people. So like I have to work harder than other people. So I have to keep going over my like opening or my end game over and over and over again.
Mm.
And yeah,
Repetition.
yeah.
I'm here to tell you, maybe it'll make you feel better. You are definitely not alone in feeling that way. Like there's that repetition thing is huge. And the bottom line is you really can't learn chess lines well unless you walk that path over and over again and notice every feature of the situation.
Yeah, I feel like for math for me, it's harder because I can't do things like mentally. Well, I can like easy ones, but like if I'm doing a really hard math equation, then I have to like write it down
Mm.
because I can't really do it in my head.
Mm. But you use visualization a lot in gymnastics, right? You can see
Yeah.
a sequence of steps and moves,
Yeah.
but you reinforce it with the practice of it as
Yeah,
well.
because I do it after. Like once I
Right.
visualize it, then I
Right.
do it. So
I actually think that's probably the best feature of doing puzzles in chess as a study technique is that you're practicing the repetition of certain kinds of patterns over and over again, and then you're making the moves. That's why I tell kids when they do puzzles, if you get one wrong,
just
if you
try again.
yeah, but also if you figure out what the answer is, make sure you make the moves because that physical memory is important as well as the conceptual memory in your head. Um, and one last question I think I've been asking all my interviewees. Do you have like big chess goals? Do you have goals in like immediate goals, like in the next 6 months, or do you have any long-term chess goals? Anything that you want out of chess in the big picture?
What I want about chess a lot is to have fun and play with my friends and help them, like if they're like sometimes my friends lose a lot, like in big chess tournaments, and like they just start crying because they are so sad because they don't want
Or-
to lose. No
Yeah.
one wants to lose, and I just want them to know that they're really good.
Oh, wow.
They're a good chess player.
Excellent. One more thing about goals. Do you, if you imagine yourself in the future as a grown up or a sort of grown up, or maybe you're in college or something, let's say that you're here soon in life, you're going to start doing really hard homework, you're going to a hard school or whatever, and you have to just decide, you know what, I'm going to be a gymnast or I'm going to be a chess player. Which one would you choose? Do you have any?
I would choose gymnastics
Yeah,
because I've been doing gymnastics since I was 3, and I love it.
it's your life.
It's like my life.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate, go ahead.
I even have posters of Simone Biles and Laurie Hernandez in my room. So
Are those, I know Simone Biles by name. Who was the other one?
Laurie Hernandez, she is a gymnast, and
Is she currently on the U.S. team? Or is she from another era?
she was last year.
Oh, okay.
And but I also have a beam that's purple and a sorry, Matt, that's purple, and her signature, Simone Biles' signature is on it.
Wow. So gymnastics is your life.
Yeah.
I'm really happy you could make time to do this. I appreciate your insight. It's really neat to be able to talk about this cross-discipline idea of how your area of expertise in gymnastics informs chess and vice versa. So thanks for letting me peek inside your mind about that stuff.
Okay. Go Gladiators.
What's that?
Go Gladiators.
Go Gladiators. Yay. Wore my shirt for the interview. Thanks, Tori. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing you, today, this afternoon. Or no, tomorrow. Do you come on Tuesdays?
I go, my brother goes on Wednesday, because I do, chess lessons with Coach Nancy with the girls. So, but I also do chess too. But,
Awesome. All right. Well, I'll see you in club.
okay.
And thanks again for all your time.
Yeah.
Yay.